Hello everybody! This is the second time I filmed this episode because yesterday I already had a finished episode, but then after, I don't know the right technique, words, but after playing it on my computer, the pictures were too slow for the sound. It was asynchronous, so today I will give it a second try. This is Anna, also known as anna-lena on Ravelry. Also our Ravelry group, which is absolutely new, has the same name, anna-lena, and on Instagram my name is anna-lena. I am blown away by all your nice and kind words. I received so nice feedback and go on, we want to see more. I really did not expect that. I thought maybe there will be just one episode and that's it. And now we have over 30 subscriber, I think. Yesterday 29, and then I think 2 or 3 more came to subscribe my podcast. I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. It's wonderful. It's great. I'm so happy, and so many people told me, go on, we want to see more. And now here is the second episode of anna-lena. It's great, I think. Okay, I filmed, as I said, this podcast already yesterday, so I will try to imitate it doesn't happen because it's a bit difficult. I don't know, what did I say, what wanted I to say, and oh, I don't want to forget this and that, but we will see if that works. So I think we should start with finished objects because I'm wearing it. It's my cowl. It's the Inspired by cowl by Howie Locatelli, the 3 colors of cashmere. It's just inspired by her pattern. I didn't use it, I didn't download it because I wanted to try other patterns without having to follow rules, you know. I don't like rules. No, rules are okay, but in knitting it's nice to be free and test different styles. Okay. The last time I told you about the yarn. It's Seidenstraße by Atelier Citron. 3 different colors, and I said that this yarn isn't that soft as I had expected because it's silk in here. I don't know by heart, but I think 25% or 30% silk, and the rest is unknown wool. I don't know, not merino. I think it's no merino wool. But after washing and blocking it, it's very soft. It's not stiff anymore. It has a very nice drape. It doesn't stand around my neck. It's floating. I really didn't expect it. So we see again, washing and blocking makes sense. It's very warm and nice and cuddly and perfect. I will wear it again for this weather because now I have this side up. I didn't want it, but we have to turn it down because I didn't tell you, I never knit Fair Isle before. I just thought, hey Anna, that's your chance, you have 3 different colors, try Fair Isle. Maybe I should have knit a few more rows of plain stockinette in only white and then knitting the ribbing, because it folds a bit. It folds down, if you see this. 1 or 2 more times again and my hair is a mess. Okay, now you can see it, I think. The ribbing doesn't fold normally. It's because of the strength of the Fair Isle. Maybe you know why it happens. Maybe I'm right. I should have done more plain white stockinette rows. I don't know, but I want to wear it again with this side down. It's good to make mistakes because I have it often on hats that between the first and the fourth needle there are letters, a kind of gap. No problems. So in this way I know where the back side is. I have no problem with it. It's handmade. Mistakes are allowed. Okay. It's very cuddly and cozy to wear it because when I'm looking out of my window, I see a lot of fog. I love fog. It's so England. England. What? Yeah, England weather. Like in the Sherlock Holmes novels. Always in Sherlock Holmes novels, it's whether raining or it has fog. Yesterday the weather broke down. The day before yesterday we had sunshine, 30 degrees and so on. And yesterday, the first day of school for our students here in Austria was no, it's the second day of school. I'm sorry. The weather broke down and it rained all the day, the whole day from night or early morning till night. In my opinion, it's a wonderful weather. I love rain and I love fog. It's maybe a bit strange and maybe weird, and you think, weirdo. But maybe because of my interests and hobbies, I love to knit, I love to read, I love to hear audio plays, and all these three. I love to color out books. I'm not talented, so I can't draw. I have to color. But it's okay, I love to play with colors. Either on the paper and on the and with yarns. And I think not that we need an excuse, but it's easier to say to yourself, hey, it's raining outside, stay inside and cuddle you up. Yes, I like it. It's, for me, there are very many lovely memories and cozy memories, really cozy memories when this weather comes. I love it. And always I think of my favorite stories I read, and mostly I mean by that Charles Dickens. Sorry, it's very early in the morning. I'm so sorry, because I have an appointment in Vienna today and I really want to go out with a video for you before the evening comes. I hope I can do it. I love Charles Dickens. I think it's my most favorite author. Let me think. I love the Sherlock Holmes stories, but I think Charles Dickens is way over the moon. I'm over the moon. I love his stories. I love the main characters in his books: Nicholas Nickleby, David Copperfield, Oliver Twist. Great Expectations. I love it. Okay, and now I'm reading A Tale of Two Cities. It's the English title, I think. I'm reading him in German because his English is way too complicated for my skills. Way too many words I don't know, and I don't enjoy reading, looking up every third word. Okay, this is my finished object. Then we go to whips. Here. No, there. It's so strange to do this because it's the other way around. Okay, in this great bag made by myself, I have the 10-stitch blanket. I told you about the 10-stitch blanket, but I didn't show you. I didn't do anything on this blanket since last winter. I think I stitched on it this year, but in the winter. Since the winter I didn't do anything. And it's sad because I love this pattern because you only have 10 stitches on your needles. And I like the yarn. It's sports weight yarn from Aldi again. Sarah talked about Aldi. She bought chocolate there. It's our grocery store in Germany. In Austria, it's called Hofer, but it's the same company. And every late summer or autumn, they sell yarn. Always the same blend, 75% wool, but no merino wool. It's the sturdy, stiffy, a bit scratchy, just a tiny little bit, like normally wool is, and 25% nylon. And they sell sock yarn, and then maybe a few weeks after that, sports weight yarn. Okay, that's the guy. I have several different colors in different amounts. It won't be, how can I say this right? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me show you. I have 4 repeats of this beige, 4 repeats of wine red, wine red, or magenta, I don't know. And I won't be able to do it with the outer lines every time, 4 more repeats, because it's getting bigger and bigger, and I don't have counted the, I don't know, rows or repeats or ridges to do it synchron. But it's okay. I like it tidy and clean, I said in the last episode, but I also like scrappy style, but it has to be balanced. And I have a progress keeper on it, and you all know from which lovely podcaster, Molly. It came with my Molly bag. Oh, I have it over there. Next time I show you my project bag by Molly from a homespun house. Okay. And this blanket, as I said, lives in my bag because last winter I had so many projects, and I wanted some project bags because I used the tote bags from the grocery stores, you know, this linen ones, I don't know. But the needles peek through the fabric, and it wasn't nice and it was not practical, and I wanted to have project bags, as all knitters have in the US. In Germany and Austria it's not that typical. The most don't have something like that, like project bags. There are knitters, they really exist, who only knit on one project at a time. Isn't it weird? I can't imagine to do that. Okay. And I needed some big project bags for this blanket and for other projects. And I looked up on Etsy and Davanda. Davanda is the German version of Etsy. But they are very expensive. It's very big. I think it's 20, 35 centimeters high, I think. Yeah. I think it's about 35 by 35, roundabout. It's very expensive. So I thought, hey Anna, learn to sew and then you solve your problems. And I made this bag. The first bag I made was a tote bag. Maybe in one of our next episodes you will see it. I have no project in it right now, so why should I show it now? We have to save some film material for the next times. Okay. 10 stitch blanket in my bag. The second project are my socks, also in a bag made by me. I love that fabric. When I saw it, I knew I have to sew a bag out of this, because my favorite colors, I think I didn't tell it before, it was in our yesterday episode you don't see and won't ever see. I love the combination of blue, white and brown. I don't know what it is about, but all my garments, most of my garments are blue, white, brown, beige. Okay. Oh no, it's the wrong bag. You won't see my socks. You will see my cozy memory before. I only have 2 squares of my blue big square. You know, I'm doing the 10 stitch sorry. A stitch in a time, a stitch at time, a stitch in a time. I always mess this title up. You will read it on the screen. The square made of mini squares and then framed by my white sock yarn. And now I'm doing the blue section. This one here above is from Hofer again, the Aldi. I don't know. Should I say Aldi or Hofer? What will you remember? The grocery store. It's sock yarn by Aldi, and under that it's from a swap. I think it's Madeline Tosh or something like that. No brand I tried before or I can get here. Okay. This bag houses my cozy memories blanket or stitch in time blanket. Now you see my socks. They live in this project bag with a mushroom. Isn't it cute? You have to see this. Oh, isn't it cute? I love it. It's a Frankfurt bag. In my last episode, I told you that I love the city Frankfurt in Germany so much. But I said it's my second favorite town. And then after filming, I thought about it. My first favorite town is my hometown, sure. And I think my second favorite town may be Hamburg, because I love northern Germany. I am from northern Germany. And maybe Frankfurt comes on the third place. But I love Frankfurt. Okay, and I was preparing with a very nice lady from Frankfurt. It was coincidence. We planned a swap, and we talked about what we want to swap: a project bag, maybe one yarn and some sweets and tea. And when she told me that she's born in Frankfurt and lived there for a long time, I was so excited and told her, oh my god, you're from Frankfurt, I love Frankfurt. And because of my excitement, she sewed extra for me a Frankfurt bag. It was totally from, all made up just for me. For me. You can say it's a special order without ordering. It's on, I don't know how you call it. In Germany we say Webband to that. Oh my god, Denglish isn't that good. Okay, and you see the skyline of Frankfurt and the points of interest of Frankfurt. And there, you see the airplanes because of the big airport. This way. And there you see, there. Apple and this guy, I don't know the English word for that. It stands for apple wine. Apple wine. It's a typical drink in Frankfurt, and I love it. I love apple wine. I think in the US you say cider. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in this bag, my favorite bag. And in the last post, I received from her. It was just a surprise. I didn't know that she was sending something. She made for me a, how do you say to this, DPN holder, needle case. You can, with the buttons, that you can save your live stitches on the needles. And Vegan Jilly talked about it, how useful it is if you have kids. I don't have kids, but I can see that it's very much safer, because no kid can open it and pull the needles out of the stitches. And she knows that I love, I think it's called Paisley, this kind of pattern. That's very modern, but this shape here, these shapes of the drops are Persian. And my best friend is from Iran, and I love Iran. I have never been to this country because I don't know, it's not that safe, I think. Many tourists say that as a tourist you don't have problems, but I don't know, I'm a bit scared. But I love the Iran. I love the food, the culture, the people. I love all the Persian people I know. And she knew it, that I like this pattern, and because of that, it's custom order without ordering again. She's great. She always knows what I like. Okay, but now we come to my autumn socks. So, I made a good progress because I already turned the heel. I will show it this way. So, that's the way the sock looks. I think when I last recorded, I was somewhere over here or here. I had a lot of free time on the weekend, and you see the glitter, and it's very soft. And I said in my last episode that I think it's local, but I don't know the brand or the dyer behind this yarn. And now I know, because I wrote an email to this lady in Graz and asked her if she has other glitter yarns. I told you about my problem not having glitter yarns. And she showed me what I already have or had, because I had another skein but I gave it away in a swap. I'm totally stupid. And she showed me this skein, another one of this skein, and a red one with I think you say semi-solid, when you have one color family but a few different shades of one color. And it was a red one. It would make very nice Valentine's Day socks, and with silver glitter. And then she told me that she is the dyer behind this yarn, and she will dye again. And she asked me what I would like to have, which colors. And I asked her if it was possible to dye a Christmas color. Oh. For those who saw my last episode, they know why I'm doing ooh, because I was rambling and talking about Christmas colors, I think 20 minutes. Yes, and I told her that it would be nice to have red, green and white with glitter and self-striping like this, what I showed you. And she said, okay, I will try it. If you like it, you can buy it, and in 3 weeks you have it. Isn't it cool? She is the dyer. I know it in Indie Dyer by person. Oh, I can't believe it. I know Indie Dyer. I know an Indie Dyer. Okay, let's stop it here. Oh yes, my last active whip. I have a few more whips, but I only show you whips I have progress on. Is my Missoni scarf with the not nice looking yarn in a cake, and then I don't know, magic is happening. This comes out, and I try to show you my mohair scarf. It's a bit. Let me try. I think you can see it. It's not showing up that good as it looks in person, but I think you have an idea. I try to show you. Do you see the blue stripe? Yes, there you can see. I think there's one blue stripe in it. I love it. It's very soft, and I start to knit it again yesterday with much more interest, because I don't like have mohair in my hands with all a halo when it has 30 degrees outside. Okay. I thought about different segments for our podcast, and I had the idea to show you every once in a while a thing I knit and I don't wear, or with many mistakes in it, or I don't know. I think it's very interesting to see the failures of podcasters, because we always think, oh, she's so brilliant, from our favorite podcasters, she's so brilliant and everything she knits is so wonderful, but I think we just don't see most of the mistakes and repeating again, starting new again, ripping it back, or thinking back, and or ripping out and start over again. And I think it's always very sympathetic to see weeks, is it the right word, of a person. I don't know, I think it's nice. So I will show you one knit. My first bigger knit, my first garment I knit, I think it was in the year 2011. Maybe it's already 5 years ago. Ooh. It's my first garment, my first closed project after socks, besides hats and scarves and scarves and socks. It's a skirt. Mm-hmm. You can also wear it the other way around, but I think it looks even more granny in the other way. And what I don't like about it, you see the holes of the make ones. There you can see it very good. It's made out of 100% merino yarn, and the pattern is from Drops. In Germany it's called Garn Studio, the pattern page of Drops. Maybe I should have used even more finer yarn. It's between, no, maybe it's fingering yarn, heavy fingering, I think. But I don't like the drape. It's so big, it's so thick, and it doesn't float. It stands up in the back a bit. You can wear it, but it's not my style, and the border doesn't look as nice as I have expected. This way and this way. And another problem, but I could solve it if I want, is that the ribbing will wear out and will become slouchy, and you know what happens if the ribbing of a skirt gets worn out. Embarrassing. But I could sew an elastic band into it, maybe folding it in half and sew it with a machine, and then nothing can happen anymore. But I have to think about it again, but I really don't like the look. Maybe I should try it in the coming winter to wear it. Okay, that's a fail on it by myself. And then I thought it would be interesting. I talked about Hofer and Aldi a lot. Did I say that Sarah talked about it and she bought chocolate from that grocery store? It's so funny. I really didn't know that you have Aldi in the US. It would be interesting for me if your Aldi also sells yarn. They always sell it in late summer or early autumn. And these socks are made of yarn from Hofer, Aldi also. The first mistake you see, hey, it's my first pair of socks ever. You know, my very first pair. Okay. The first thing I didn't know, I didn't think about, and just saw the in the finished sock. I didn't thought about pulling out the right repeat of the color to have them exactly the same. They are not the same, as you can see, because it was one ball. No, I could have done it with 2 balls, but I thought, oh, the ball isn't finished, I use it up and then I add the next ball. It was stupid, but I didn't think about it. First pair of socks. Then the next mistake is, I think Nina did the same. She had a sock pattern. I don't know which it was and for who the socks are, but she was at work and then she had, I think, break for noon, and she didn't have the pattern with her and just thought, okay, I only knit the ribbing today, I don't need the pattern for that. And she did the same what I did in these socks. On this sock I have a 1x1 ribbing, on this sock I have a 2x2 ribbing. Same reason. I think I was on the go somewhere and I didn't have my finished sock with me, so I did this mistake. And the funniest mistake for me, because I really don't know how that could happen, it will be difficult to show. Maybe okay, it's my first project on DPNs. It was my first project on DPNs, and it was very challenging for me to use DPNs. Tiny, thin needles and thin yarn, and everything was so... I was sitting always like this. I had so much neck pain after this first pair. Okay, and maybe I was over there. I think it's the only way it could have been. I flipped it maybe by accident, like this. Didn't recognized it, and then knit, 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 knit. After flipping it back, I saw that I have pearls on the right side. 2 rows of purling. It's the only way it could have been happened. Maybe the socks were in some tote bags or something like that, and it flipped by itself and I didn't see it because I wasn't used to the look of purling or right side, and then this happened. And then I knew the only thing, I didn't know how to think back. I didn't know that a technique like this existed. And the only thing I could have, I imagined was pulling out the needles, ripping it back, and then picking up the live stitches. And that was like a Stephen King film in my head, because I knew I wouldn't be able to pick up all the stitches. Even now I wouldn't do it. Even if I did a mistake in a very nice lace thing, I would stay with it or ripping back the whole sock, because I hate picking up live stitches. Okay, my first pair of socks. They are very worn out already, and it's I did for myself. It's the only sock with a traditional heel flap, because now I'm knitting the wrap and turn heels. I think I don't know if I said it yesterday or in our last episode that that it's funny for me that all the US knitters like and love our German short rows. I hate them because it causes so much neck pain to create by pulling the double stitches, if you say so. And I love wrap and turn. I think I don't mind the picking up the wrap. It's so easy and quick. I hear so much about the fish lips kiss heel. Maybe it would be nice and very kind if you write in our episode thread what the difference is between a wrap and turn and the fish lips kiss heel. What's the main technique? Does a fish lips kiss heel use German short rows? Or like wrap and turns? Or a totally different technique? It would be very interesting for me because I'm so used to my wrap and turn heel and I have it on my mind. I don't have to look up a pattern. It's very quick. It looks very tidy. I don't create holes on the sides. But I'm so curious, I'm sorry, about the fish lips kiss heel because you all are knitting it. Okay, here we come to acquisitions. Okay, I told you in the last episode that I was buying hedgehog fibers in Vienna, but the lady had a problem with the bank machine for the bank transfer, so I had to come back and pay the last yarn because last time I didn't have enough money for paying without card. Okay, and this time I brought with me hedgehog fibers in film noir. Vegan Jilly said she fell in love with this color, film noir. It's very pretty. It's so soft. I don't know what to do with it. I could make socks out of it because it's so soft. It would make very soft socks. But maybe I'm brave enough to use a speckled yarn in a shawl, maybe framed with a white one. It would be very pretty. I can't imagine in what way it looks knitted up. Okay, and then I have 3 more minis. I took 2 additional ones because one was laid aside for me and then I took 2 different ones. But you know how it is. So the first one is Teacup. I think one podcaster did a pair of socks out of it. I like it. It's typical Teacup, I think. Many dyers have this name and always it is something with creamy and pinky. And then we have Hush, but I would have called it Lavender. Because it's not that bright as on the screen, it's much lighter. And it looks like a lavender. Whoop! Hush. And the last mini is Heyday. It's a bit more freaky speckled. More freaky than Teacup. Heyday. And the day before yesterday, a wonderful package arrived from Berlin. It contained yarn. And what yarn could it be if it's from Berlin? Yarn by Magical Molly from a homespun house. She had an update. I saw it on Instagram. You dyer all out there. You're so mean because you always post your nice new yarns on Instagram and I don't think about anything. I'm just scrolling around, scrolling up my wall on Instagram and then boom! Hey, look guys, I have a new color or I have a shop update and immediately I had to order it. Okay, the reason why I ordered yarn from her was her colorway All Hallows Eve. She posted it, and I thought I'd just have one autumnal sock yarn. It's the sock I'm just knitting, and I like it. It reminds me of Vegan Jelly, because she was talking in her last episode, I think it came out yesterday or the day before yesterday, she was talking about autumn, and that for her the autumn begins on the 1st of September and has everything to do with pumpkins. I love pumpkins also. And for me it's also on the 1st of September, for me it's autumn. Okay, and then heart-shaped box. I don't know, I think it's a very new color from her. I don't have to say anything, it's just stunning. So pretty. And then maybe the most perfect color combination. Again, it's blue, white and brown. I love blue, white and brown together. It's Digital Bath. It's so perfect. These are my favorite colors. Hey, look here. Cool. This brown is so nice. And then with white and blue. For me, it's perfect. These are my favorite colors. Okay. Plans. I was thinking about casting on a new no, not a new shawl, my first shawl. I did knit a tiny shawlette. It was planned to be big, but then it turns out tiny. It's one of the knits I don't wear. Maybe in another episode I will show you my tiny shawl. Made of lace. And then it's too small. It's very sad, because there were a lot of hours of knitting it. Okay, because I see you all knitting all those pretty and big shawls, I wanted to start and give it a try, and maybe I'm patient enough. It has to be a very fun, changing, often changing and not too challenging pattern. So, isn't it easy to find such a pattern? Okay, by changing I mean color changes, or like striping, or not a whole shawl in one, maybe in seed stitch or in only this lace chart. I have like this. I needed a shawl like this. I would need a shawl like this with many different, so I won't get bored. Because I didn't download the pattern by Hohe Lokitelli, because I only saw the picture and thought I would try it without pattern and add something I would like, what is not written in the pattern, like the Fair Isle is not in the pattern. I thought I should download her pattern of the 3 colors of cashmere shawl. And I will knit this shawl, I already downloaded it, and I will knit it in my classic gray, white and blue. I'm more a classic girl. I love all those variegated, colorful yarns, but for garments, they have to fit to my other garments and to every occasion, and I don't know. I don't like it too freaky on myself. On socks, they can be totally freaky and neon and crazy, but at this point, for garments or accessories, I need more classical colors. Okay, gray and blue is from Lana Grossa. It's myelin white. Oh. It's sock yarn with 5%, I think, yes, 5% cashmere, 70% wool. I guess it's merino, because myelin white often has merino and the rest is nylon. It's the softest yarn I have ever had in my hands. really, it's so very soft. Like putting the hands in flour, you know, the thing you are baking cakes with. Is that it's the right pronunciation? Flour? I don't know. You know what I mean. Do you know this feel? I did it as a child often because it's so soft. Or I could say like butter. It's so soft. Okay, and then I have this gray, like semi-solid. Is it semi-solid? Because there are different shades of, and I won't say this color because I don't want to refer to this book. And then the white out of this cowl. Did I say it today? That after washing and blocking it became very, very soft and not that stiff? I think I said it today. Okay, this is my plan to cast on after I made a bit more progress on this guy. Okay. Now, oh yes, Sarah, the hostess of a Love Sockwool podcast. It's so early in the morning. I'm very tired. I'm sorry. She said that she will do from the 1st of November again the call called 12 Socks of Christmas. And I will be part of that game, Sarah. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm already arranging my Christmas colors, and I'm always searching the internet for other more Christmassy colors with more typical Christmas elements in it. But I think I'm good. I'm very good at this point. And then a vegan Jilly said that she will do the call called White Christmas again. She didn't say a date, but I think in Advent she will start, or before Advent, maybe in November or December. And I don't know what she means by White Christmas call. I know that she last year had a Christmas movie call. Knitting besides, besides Christmas movies. No, not besides. But you know what I mean. During watching Christmas movies. And this is a great idea. If it is like last year and she's calling it White Christmas, I will very enjoy it because I love Christmas movies, and there is one Christmas movie which is very, very special to me. I told you that my favorite author is Charles Dickens. I don't know what it is about England, but I love England. I never have been to England, and I really would love to hear the Big Ben one day in my life. I won't meme it because I don't want to make a fool out of myself, but I love the sound of the Big Ben, and now I'm hearing it in my mind. Okay, and this my favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. There are many interpretations of this novel, but I think it's it was made in the 80s, and it's with the Scrooge is played by George C. Scott. If you look up on Amazon, you can find it easily by Christmas Carol, George C. Scott. This movie is so special to me that since I can think, my family watched it on Christmas evening in the afternoon on the 24th of December. And every time I start this movie now, as a grown-up, I'm a child again. And I see all my memories of the last years running through my inner eye, before my inner eye. Sorry. It's so... I love the time in which it plays, 19th century. And I love the setting, the dresses, the language. I'm reading and watching in German. I could try the film in English because I've watched it so many times, more than 30 times, I think. And I know it by heart, so I could try it in English because that kind of English is so funny. but also very delicate. Yes, but there are many more Christmas movies I really enjoy. And I was thinking about doing a call with you all because I told you the main topic, not the main topic, the main reason why I'm podcasting is to be in contact with this knitting world I so much enjoy. And I didn't want to be passive alone, I wanted to be active and show, hey, this is me, I want to get to know you all. And therefore we have the Ravelry group. And by now I don't start a call because all my topics I could have imagined I would like are hosted by other great podcasters. There are Sherlock Holmes, Gilmore Girls, so many cool stuff, Harry Potter ones, and Jane Austen, all my favorite topics. I could think of a few topics if you want to say, but I have still to Google in my mind. But in Advent and before Christmas we will definitely start a call because I like it. But even before starting a knit along, I think it would be very nice if you post your current projects in our episode thread. I would be very interested in your projects, to see what you're knitting on, because it's not about me in this podcast. It's me who is interested in you all and your knitting motivations, your patterns, your yarns, your ideas, your reasons why you're knitting. Maybe you can write why you're knitting, why you love knitting that much, or your favorite yarn brands. I really want to have community in our group. So the first thing you could do, write into the thread what you're knitting on and post photos. Follow me on Instagram and then I can follow you, and so it's very easy to be in contact and to see what's going on in our lives and our knitting lives, especially. Okay, the word of the day. In the first tried episode I made yesterday, I was about to describe something I did with the sock, I don't know, and I needed a word, but I couldn't remember the word. So I said thing. You also use it in English. You say, oh, this thing over there, that thing, I don't know the name, but the thing, the thing. We also have this word in German, ding or dings. That ding, the ding over there, I don't know the name of the ding, but there, over there, the ding. But normally we don't say ding, we say dingsbums. And that's the word of today, dingsbums. We use dingsbums as a placeholder for the right word we don't remember. And then there was such a dingsbums. It's, dingsbums. It was tall and wide and colorful. That dingsbums over there, dingsbums. So you have another German word of the day, and maybe you can use it in your everyday life. Just insert it. Maybe it's funny in your English sentence, and then you put in there, oh yes, it's lovely, and it's reminding me of the dingsbums she showed me, and then your communicating partner, dingsbums, and then you can say, hey, dingsbums, it's German. Okay, I will stop here. You know now that we use the word dingsbums, and it's very funny, and I think every sentence is much nicer with the word dingsbums in it. And I hope that this time everything goes well with uploading without being asynchron. And I'm looking forward to read from you, and it's so nice to be with you, and we will see each other next week. Bye bye.